Uh-oh, swimming just got a little more fun. Yep, that's right. Swimming, the sport that is known for its trash talking.
Not really. No, it's not known for that at all.
It's actually known for leaning over the lane rope after someone steals your hopes and dreams away from you and wins Olympic gold, and you win Olympic. Maybe you got 7th, but you're supposed to lean over that lane rope and give them a big ol' hug because you're a good sport, even though it's impacted you financially and you're going to go cry later. Swimming just got a little more interesting. Slightly. I got some conspiracy theories. I got some thoughts about this situation where Ilia Kon, great butterflyer, 100 and 200 butterflyer. He swims at Arizona State right now, foreshadowing, but is at Canadian trials and just made the Olympic team, went 154 in the 200 butterfly. Great swim, fast swim. More important than the swim, though, however.
Dramatic writing that I'm not writing. I'm just speaking to a camera. I didn't write this out at all, if you can't tell.
Canadian reporter and kind of a legend, honestly, in the Olympic sports space, curling and swimming, Devin Hero, just a shout out, generally a shout out right there, asked Ilia Kon how much more Canadians can expect out of him in the 200 fly in Paris. And Ilia Kon responded with maybe something that we're reading too much into, or maybe something that is a little bit more premeditated than we think. A lot more. I'm going for top 3 and more to beat Leon Marchand. I'm coming. Nice. Nice. I like this. I like this for a variety of reasons. Number one, I actually messaged Ilia and said, hey, I don't know what's going on here, but I do know that you just raised the stock in the media's perspective for the 200 fly in Paris. You just made it more interesting. You just made it more valuable. You just made people more excited to watch it, regardless of what could be going on behind the scenes. A little foreshadowing into the conspiracy theory that I might be presenting shortly. Now, is this just straight up smack talk? Is there bad blood? I would put that at about a 10% chance. 10%. Just because it was a specific name call out. Now, my next theory for the specific name call out is maybe there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Conspiracy theory, maybe they've been texting each other and they're like, hey, you know what? After this 200 fly at Olympic trials, I'm going to call you out by name. Let's make this thing a little more exciting, right? Kind of one of our first times, I think, recently that we've seen something like this. So a little bit of backstory if you don't understand the Ilia Kon, Leon Marchand situation. They swam together at Arizona State. They just won a national championship in the NCAA. And then Bob Bowman decided to leave and go to Texas. Leon Marchand went with Bob Bowman to Texas. Ilia Kon still out in Arizona. How do I know this? I saw him when I was out there a couple weeks ago. They're not in the same place. There is a little bit of potential for, I don't know, storytelling, I think, between the two of them, since they're not in the same place anymore. They split up. You know, maybe we can have a little bit of fun with it. Now, on the Instagram post from, I think, Team Canada or CBC Olympics, where they screenshotted it or something, they put the quote, whatever. It's an Instagram thing. They put the quote up. Leon Marchand responded with just the eyes emoji, just the looking over emoji. Ilia Kon liked it. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Moral of the story is the fact that I'm even making this video, felt compelled to make this video, or had this much to talk about without even mentioning any of the other swimmers in the 200 fly, which I'm about to get to, means that I think this is a generally positive trending move, no matter what took place. Was this premeditated between the two of them? Honestly, I really hope so, because I think there are some people in this sport that could learn from that. I think they both just made themselves in the race that they're going to compete in Paris more valuable with a tiny little interview and really no aggressive shots being fired. Maybe a soft shot like a Nerf dart being shot over at a former teammate because they want to make a little bit more money. They want to raise the value of that race. Maybe not, maybe yes, who knows? But the 200 fly in Paris, all I know is going to be electric now. You've got Ilia Kon. You've got Leon Marchand. You've got Christoph Milak. You got Tamura Honda. You got Thomas Hellman. You got Luca Orlando. You got a lot of people in this 200 butterfly that are going to be in the 154 to 153 range, maybe even 152, maybe a 151. And depending on what kind of shape Christoph Milak is in, maybe he comes in and just goes later dudes and goes 150.5, right? We've heard a lot from the Hungarian Federation that Christoph Milak is not really training. He's missing a lot of practices. Maybe they're playing their own game. This is a situation that I've never been presented before within the media landscape of swimming. The men's 200 butterfly is now maybe the most interesting race of the 2024 Paris Olympics. You've got a guy that's gone potentially rogue, or maybe his federation is playing mind games with the rest of the world. You've got two former teammates that are potentially conjoined to play mind games with the rest of the world. You've got Tamura Honda, who's coming off an injury. You've got a ton of guys in the U.S. that are like 154, 153. We don't even know who's going to make the team yet. You got a guy, Thomas Howman, who's not even out of high school yet. You never know what kind of time drop could come out of him. Him and Ilia Kon tied at world championships. Maybe Thomas will fire a shot back at them if he makes the Olympic team. I'm just saying. I'm gonna do like a quick one minute monologue, maybe 2 minutes, to try to get this thing to 8 minutes so that I can make money and buy more swim caps to sell to you guys. SockwellSwimClub.com. We're restocking soon. I think there is something here that all swimmers, especially like Olympic caliber swimmers, can take out of this. 5 words, really, or maybe like 8 words and more to beat Léon Marchand. I'm coming. And all of a sudden, we got a graphic up. We got a bunch of comments on it. We got a swim article. We got me making a video. We got now a race that is going to be looked at in a completely different light and with more excitement that could definitely, hopefully this video reaches a deeper demographic than just swimming. Maybe you sent it to a friend. Maybe you did. Maybe I make an Instagram post about it. Moral of the story, tie it all up in a bow. This is interesting. And it didn't happen in the pool. It happened outside of the pool after the race. Do I think Ilia Kon and Léon Marchand are going to get into a fist fight after the 200 fly in Paris? I don't think so. Do I think Léon Marchand might fire back? I don't think so. But if he did, I still don't think they're going to get into a fist fight afterwards. If you ever watch the UFC, and before people get pissed off, I am not relating this to the UFC. I don't think we need to be the UFC. We don't need to be the WWE either. They know how to sell things. They know how to sell. I think we could take some notes from that and apply it to swimming. Start to really add some fire to the cool stuff that happens in the pool so that people like me or Swim can story tell a little bit better and make people excited for a 200 butterfly, a minute, almost 2 minute long race amongst a lot of other races and a long catalog in the Olympic event. Pick that one out, and now the entire day is more exciting, right? Say we got the 100 free and the 50 breast.
That's a ridiculous situation.
On that day, now you've just raised the tides of those two events as well. Maybe somebody in the 100 freestyle says something as well, and it gets more interesting. I'm just saying. I like this. I like it a lot. I like both of these swimmers. And if I had to pick someone to win the 200 butterfly at Paris right now, knowing that there's a chance Ilia and Léon made it this far into the video and are watching this, I'm going with Christophe Milak.